my friend Elijah May, he said, so this is like 10 years ago, they wanted to get in touch with every CEO in Texas and I can't remember even for what. And they just came up with a magazine called Texas CEOs, Top Texas CEOs. And they put it out there and everyone said, I would love to be on there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's weird how these things work. Like
Yeah.
when I send emails for a podcast, if I send email to be like, hey, you want to have a 15-minute meeting? People will be like, get out.
Yeah.
But when I'm like, you want to be on a podcast? People love it.
Yeah.
And you can't sell on it.
Right.
But it's
Right.
just interesting how these things work, where marketing is the big strategy of, all right, how we're going to drive revenue or that. But you get, and luckily you've set your team culture in a way where you get those opportunities to do something creative and fun and be like, oh, that's a good story.
Yeah, you know, the Texas CEO things actually reminds me. I used to work for a consulting firm, and we put out in 2018 or 19, we put out an article called The Top 50 Social Sellers on LinkedIn. And oh my gosh, if you think back to where we were at in 2018, that was like the buzzword of the century.
Mm-hmm.
We had so many people reach out to us. Why wasn't I on this list? You know, here's all of my accolades. Here's what I'm doing on LinkedIn. Can you revise this list and put me on there? So we ended up adding another 50 who were, you know, kind of hand-selected targets, to your point. You know, we wanted to make it something worthwhile. But it's crazy. People just love being recognized. And I think that that's fine. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just an excuse to get in the same room.
Exactly.
Have you heard of Austin Inno?
I have, yeah.
So Austin Inno has a 50 on fire list. And I remember getting, this is like a few years ago. And they're like, oh, you're on the list. I'm like, oh, cool. And I go there and there's 80 people in the room. Everyone randomly got an award. People just came in and got together, and Austin Inno pitched their idea. It's the Forbes and the 30 and 30 thing, but it works so well. Everyone was like, I won an award. I wanted an award. I still have it somewhere.